Let's keep this thing moving along, man. Appreciate you guys for pulling up to the live. Hit that like button, subscribe to the page, man. We do talk Chicago sports daily on this channel, only channel talking Chicago sports, how Chicago talks. So make sure that you get in tune with us, man. Here's the real conversation that I think we all need to have.
What's good?
Of course, we want to see the Bears go out and get a pass rusher, but what is the best pass rusher for the Bears to go out and get today? What is the best pass rusher for the Bears to go out and get right now? Justin Houston is available, and the Bears have been interested in him. Yannick Ngakoue is available, and he's been interested in the Bears. But where are the Bears sitting right now when you're looking at the pass rush, when you're looking at what these guys are going to be, trying to come in and add to this Bears defensive line? What is the best option for the Chicago Bears to take? And this is such a tough one to me because Justin Houston coming off a 10.5 sack season, you really think that he's going to be able to come in here and make an impact, but 35.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
that's true.
You're going to get a 1-year guy. You're going to go get a 1-year deal. You're going to be addressing this in the draft again next year. Or you come in, you get a Yannick Ngakoue who, yes, he's going to struggle against the run a little bit. He just is. He's not a great run blocker. We've seen that. We already know what the stats are, whatever comes with that, blah, blah, blah. But to me, you already know, younger guy, younger body, you already know what you're going to be able to go out and get from him as far as a pass rusher. Can you hide his issues that he brings as a defensive lineman?
See, okay, so this is my thing. I think that with the linebackers and
hold up. Just to address this real quick, Samurai J with the super chat. Random question: if Jesus had a signature shoe, what would be a good name? You got to go Jesus Walk.
Yo,
you got to go to Jesus Walk.
The Jesus Walk ones.
You got to, bro. God show me the way because the devil trying to break me down. Come on now. I appreciate you.
The Jesus Walk ones.
Go ahead.
hey, hold on. I'm looking at it. I mean, I know you don't like, when we bring up the fact that Brisker had a decent amount of sacks last season, and you don't want to safety leading your team in sacks, but I mean, I feel like in that aspect he'll be able to help. But I think the bigger question is, right, because you talk about Justin Houston being 35, Yannick
Ngakoue, or how Courtney says it. Courtney says unique Ngakoue, so I'm going Yannick. I don't know.
Yannick Ngakoue, he's been a mercenary for hire the last 3 years. So, the question for me is like, which 1-year deal sounds better?
But to me, see, Yannick Ngakoue doesn't want to be a mercenary for hire. He wants to be signed to a long-term deal, a multi-year deal. He didn't say long-term, but a multi-year deal.
Oh, okay.
And when you take into account, see, this is where
that helps.
This is where, to me, right, I question what really went down with Yannick Ngakoue. I don't know if he's a great teammate or not, but here's the thing. He leaves the Jaguars, goes to the Vikings. Vikings in 2020, what were they doing? Nothing. Exactly. They were trying to find their way, so they end up moving on from Yannick. Ravens get him. He has, and by the way, he had bad seasons there, right? He had a 5-sack season at the Vikings. He had a 3-sack season with the Ravens. He wasn't playing well there. Goes over to the Raiders. Raiders get him 10 sacks. Raiders start a rebuild and trade him to the Colts. He goes over to the Colts, still dominates there, but he was on a 1-year deal with the Raiders, blah, blah, blah. All of that, right? I think that now it's crazy to say, but from Vikings to Raiders, oh no, I tweaked on that. He got traded, not from the Raiders to the Colts, got traded from the Vikings to the Ravens. I tweaked on that one. So an 8-sack season for him basically in that year. But
for the Raiders?
He got traded from the Vikings to the Ravens and then signed with the Raiders, and then they moved him, and he ends up with the Colts, blah, blah, blah. All I'm saying is that all of those teams were in situations where it didn't make sense to bring back Yannick Ngakoue. You have to look at the situation that the team is in if you're going to look at why the player wasn't brought back. All of those teams were in situations where it just didn't make sense to go out and pay him at that point or to keep him at that point, or I can trade him and get assets back. Steve-O said you need to work on these YouTube notifications. Hey, that's on YouTube, bro. That's why I got the Discord. By the way, if y'all want to join the Discord, check out the community tab. We got the Discord over there. But that's why I got the Discord, because I know YouTube don't be sending out the notifications,
YouTube
bro.
Be
YouTube be tweaking. That's why we got the Discord, man. Make sure you keep checking the Discord. We got plenty of video drops over there.
Yeah, I think for me, me personally, I want Justin over Yannick, and just in my mind, this is why. Literally, I mean, you talk about it. You said, he's over there with the Viking. He's over there in Minnesota. You said how many? You said how many sacks over there in Minnesota?
Yeah, 5 sacks in Minnesota. Gets traded to the Ravens. Got 3 more sacks with the Ravens.
Got 3 more sacks with the Ravens.
Yeah.
Go over to goes over to. You said the Raiders?
So it goes Vikings, Ravens, Raiders, Colts. Yeah.
Yeah. So you're over there with the Raiders. Max Crosby's over there. So then it's like, okay, well, he's gonna get the amount of double teams. It doesn't make sense for me to bring him back in that situation because I mean we got at that point if we in a hunt for Chandler Jones, I'm gonna go grab Chandler.
Yeah.
You go over to the Colts. Darius Leonard or Shaq Leonard, my bad, Shaq Leonard. Then you turn around, you got DeForest Buckner. He got no choice to eat. If I'm the Bears, I'm kind of looking at it like, yo, we don't have that other guy.
Yeah.
For him to, go out and honestly dominate. So it's like, but I don't know what's really gonna happen because it seems like he needs the other guy opposite of him to go out and really show what he can do. But I don't know. Me personally, that's just me. If I'm Justin Houston, I want Pickens. I want Pickens and Fowler to learn from Justin as opposed to me getting Yannick.
I don't mind the mentorship of it, and I think I would value
the mentorship over
that probably is something that I think will have a pretty big impact on the Bears. No lie, I'm not gonna say that that's not something the Bears don't need, but I think the question mark is when you start going out and getting 34-year-old pass rushers, you have to ask yourself if Justin Houston is the anomaly, right? Is he still that anomaly? Is he still that guy who defies the age? Is he the right who just retired? Somebody just retired that basically defied. I mean, heck, you can even say Ndamukong Suh a little bit with some of his age, although I don't think he was. Ndamukong Suh might be up there.
Yeah, no, I think he's what 35.
I don't actually know how to spell his name. 36 years old, so he was a guy that kind of defied the odds when you look at how his career ended up finishing out. Is he going to be that kind of player that just continues? Bruce is a great one. Bruce Smith.
Bruce Smith.
Is he going to be somebody who continues to defy the odds of, okay, as long as I'm in here, I'm going to be able to make an impact? Or are you going to get him kind of on the Robert Quinn? You know what I mean? Like, yes, I got the 1 year of 18 and a half, and then we got the year where it was like, oh, he died. Like he's right there. He's sitting on the ground. Somebody pick up his body. R.I.P. my man's.
I mean,
we got to trade.
It's a possibility, but I'm also looking at the fact like we got this team at 9 wins, possibly 10 wins. I need to see these guys get better week to week.
Yeah,
and that's my thing. The best way I know how to do that is if I bring him in and he's teaching, hey, you supposed to be here. If he does this, I need you to go under. You know what I'm saying? Like I need them to at least be able to say like, yo, we're getting better overall as a unit, and he's making the room better because I mean, for all accounts, you saw it in this draft. They had a chance to go get Jalen Carter, and the minute the Bears didn't, and he went to the Eagles, I literally told Kid, I'm like, I would say that Poles values he needs a vet in that type of room, and I don't think as good as Jalen Carter was. You feel me? That was gonna be the right situation for him, even though he was down in that spot, and the Bears could have took him. So,
I mean, I think that the main thing for me is while both of them I believe will make an impact, what's going to make the best impact for the Bears? Are you looking to go mentorship over talent? And even with Justin Houston, right? When I look at that defensive line with Justin Houston on it, I feel I feel good about it. I don't feel great about it. I feel like, okay, it says two things to me, right? If the Chicago Bears go out and get Yannick Ngakoue, it tells me that the Bears feel like their defensive line needs more help than it's ready to have. So we got to go sign a big name player. If the Chicago Bears go out and get Justin Houston, to me, that tells me that the Bears feel like, nope, we've got some young guys here who are going to put some good tape on this season. We're going to be able to go out and dominate. We're going to be able to go out and show some flashes, make some plays early on. And then on top of that, we want to add Justin Houston in here for the stability to keep everybody, copacetic, to make sure that everybody has understands what direction we're going here, to get the coach's message out to these guys. Like I think that's it's almost two different worlds, but it tells you so much about the belief in your young guys that you went out and drafted this year, which I think that they think I think Javon Dexter is going to be better this year, right? He's going from a two-gap system to a penetrating style system. All he has to worry about now is pinning his ears back and trying to get to the quarterback. That's what made him great when he was coming out of high school. That's what had him higher than Jalen Carter. That's what he played that first year at Florida where he was dominant. Then everything happens in Florida. Florida's a crazy place. You probably shouldn't have went to Florida, right? And he goes to a two-gap system, and all of a sudden he starts to drop. I think going back to that penetrating style, and hopefully we're able to get him over on the Chicago Bears podcast as well. I think going back to that penetrating style is going to improve his game so much. And then if you add a guy like Justin Houston to that, I think it makes him better because your focus isn't going to be as much on the rookie. Your focus is on the guy who was 34 years old last year with 9.5 sacks. Your focus is going to be on the guy who was killing the quarterback last year. Yeah, I mean, like, so I think that there's aspects to each side of it. And right now where the Bears are at, you're going to have to try and generate pressure. I mean, you're going to have to try and generate pressure up the middle. I don't have a big confidence in them.
Yeah, I mean, you need it, and especially in those spots. I think it's gonna be a little rough, especially because you have to get to third down, for these mugs to be effective, and I think they will. But with that, with not having, that pressure coming off of the end, I'm having to go up the middle. You also have it where, like now, I need to get off the field quick, fast, and in a hurry when the offense has possession, because the longer that they stay on the field, they're bound to get tired. But I guess the flip side to it is like, if this offense does what the offense is supposed to do, you're now controlling time of possession.
Yeah.
So it's literally like that. So that's like kind of a third thing that, Poles has to, kind of think about, because it's like, we got the ability, or not Poles, but also Getsy, because we have the ability to run the time down. Okay, these guys are a little bit tired. We may want to, draw this out a little bit. So on and so forth. I'm not saying that they need to go out and settle for 3, because the end goes to get 7. But do they have a good enough offense where the defense doesn't have to be on the field as much, which is on the flip side to it?
No lie, too. Like, I think to me, when I look at a signing like a Justin Houston or a Yannick Ngakoue, whatever it is, I don't look at it as just a defensive signing. I keep telling people this. The thing that made that Bears team even more dangerous when they went out and got Khalil Mack in that first year was the fact that Khalil Mack was putting Mitch Trubisky in the best positions to be successful.
Bro.
Khalil Mack, Akeem Hicks, that defense as a whole, right? They were allowing Mitch Trubisky to start at the 40. They were allowing Mitch Trubisky to start in the red zone. They were allowing there weren't. I know, like, when you go back and look at it, there's not a ton of plays in that season where you're just like, man, Mitch had to go the length of the field to go down and get us a win.
Daniel Jones. Oh, my bad.
Basically, I mean, hey, you know what I mean? Yeah, pay your running back, but or don't, but you did anyway. I don't know. Like, for me, I'm looking more to. I want to add to this defense so that it's complementary enough for Justin Fields to be able to take advantage of some short field opportunities. And I think there'll be more opportunity for that this year. I don't think we're in the same situation as last year. I just don't.
No, nobody does. Like you can tell on paper and the feel from everybody basically talking at training camp. This team isn't the same. This team is absolutely not the same. They're going to be able to put up points. They're going to be able to control time of possession. And I literally think I think because they were saying Getsy comes from that they're running. He's basically going to be running the Shanahan system. I would be willing to bet that if he gets into those situations, you might see a 10-play drive, 15-play drive. Even they're I believe they're going to be capable of. You're going to see a 17-play drive in a couple of these games.
Yeah,
honestly, to the point where the defense is going to be able to look a whole lot fresher. So I think that these are conversations that Pauls and especially Eberflus are going to be able to have. But it all just depends on how the room looks and what Pauls wants in there.
No, 100%. Let's get to this super chat, man, because I think this is a good topic to finish off on here. Who'll have a bigger impact this season, Velus or Tyler Scott?